Thank you for joining me for today's Rest Buster mobility workout. We will be going through each movement 3 times. At the end of our session, you should be feeling really good but not overly exerted, just trying to go through some dynamic movements to get your body moving more smoothly. So find yourself a nice open space, take your shoes off, make sure you're in some comfortable clothes, and we will get started. We'll do each stretch 3 times. We're going to start with an overhead reach, taking a big deep breath in, reach up to the ceiling, and then exhale, release those arms and fold yourself forward. Let yourself hang here for a moment, reaching for the floor. Slowly roll it up. 2 more times, reaching up for the ceiling. Release those arms. Fold yourself forward. Let yourself hang. Slowly roll it back up. One last time here, reaching up nice and tall. Release those arms, folding forward. Slowly roll it back up. Excellent. Moving into the inner thigh, I want you to take a nice wide stance. You're going to bend your one knee, sit your hips down and back. Get as low as you can, feeling a good stretch through this inner thigh. Hold for a few seconds, and then transition over to the other side. Sitting those hips down and back. You're trying to get your hips down as close to the ground as you can. As you can see, I'm very tight. We'll do 3 on each side. So the foot of the bent knee stays flat on that mat. 1 more each way, sit those hips down and back, trying to get your butt low. And last time to the side. And back to center. Well done. Going to move into some sumo squats with a side bend. So what I want you to do is keep a wide stance, but just turn your toes out a bit, and you're going to come down into a squat. And as you lower your hips, your knees are going to also push out, so they're right over your toes. Sit yourself down, feel that stretch through your inner thigh. Then you're going to stand up, reach to one side, feel that stretch up your side into your shoulder, and reach to the other side. Bring it back to center, into our sumo squat. Getting nice and low, keep your chest up, sitting your hips down. Coming back up, side bend. And the other way. Back to center last time here. Knees out over your toes, hips down and back, chest up. Side bend. And other way. Excellent work. We're going to move into some hip flexor and hamstring lunges. So you can kneel down on the floor. For your hip flexor, what I want you to do is have your back knee bent at 90 degrees, front knee bent at 90 degrees. You're going to tuck that tailbone in, push the hip forward, and then raise that arm up. Feel the stretch through the front of the hip. Stay there for a few seconds. And then we're going to rock it back to a hamstring stretch. So push your hips back, keep just a slight bend in that knee, and lean forward so you feel a nice stretch through your hamstring. And then back to our hip flexor stretch. Again, going for 3 on each leg. Awesome, switching sides. So kneeling, bending both legs at about 90 degrees. Tuck that tailbone in, let that hip come forward, keep your body upright. Raise that arm up. And sit those hips back. One more repetition here. Sitting the hips back, feel that stretch through your hamstring. Excellent work. Let's move into your thoracic spine. So this is between your neck and your lower back, stretching out that area. You're going to do some rotations. So come to your hands and your knees. You're going to take your one hand and place it in the small of your back. From here, you're just going to rotate, trying to get that shoulder as close to your other arm as you can. And then rotate up to the ceiling. And repeat, just going for 3. Trying to really work into that rotation. Making sure the rest of your body doesn't move. Excellent. Then switch sides, placing the other hand directly underneath your shoulder, relaxing that hand in the small of your back. Drop the shoulder down, and bring the shoulder up to the ceiling. One more time here. Excellent. Place both hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. We'll move through some spinal extension and flexion. So moving into extension, push your hips back, lower back down, chest up and head up. And then around into flexion, tuck that tailbone in, arch that back to the ceiling, tuck your chin in. 2 more times, moving into extension. And flexion. Extension. And flexion. Well done. Bring it back to neutral, moving into the hips. We'll do some circles, one leg at a time, 3 circles in each direction. So, bringing your knee to chest, bring it out, big circle, up and down. There's 1. Knee to chest, out, 2. 1 more here. Knee to chest, out, some extension, and then back down. All right, let's reset. We will do 3 circles the other way. So start with that hip extension, bring the knee out, into your chest and down. 2 more. Extension, knee out into your chest and down. Last time. Extend, externally rotate, knee to chest, and then back down. Great job. Let's repeat on the other leg. So, knee to chest, knee coming out, extend, activate those glutes, and back to your start position. Knee to chest, out, extend. Last one, knee to chest, excellent, and other way. Start with extension, knee out, knee to chest, and back, extend, out, knee to chest, last one, well done. I'm going to move into the ankles now, trying to work on ankle flexion. So when we look at our ankles, that means we're trying to get as much of a bend here as we can. So all I want you to do here is push that knee forward while keeping this heel on the floor. So you're just going to bring the knee forward and then come back up, knee forward, and come back up. I'll move my hand out of the way so you can see a bit better. Good, let's go for 2 more of these. Might feel a stretch through the calf, that's good. Excellent, and then switching sides. Pushing the knee forward while keeping that heel down. If I was really bendy, I would be able to get my butt all the way to my ankle. Going for 5, like we did on the other side. Two more here. Last one. All right. Moving on to our final exercises. Going to sit and lean back onto your hands. You're going to have your one foot crossed onto the opposite knee. I'll show you at an angle here. So you should feel a bit of a stretch through your hip right now. And the more you have your chest and your legs, like the closer you are together, the more you're going to feel that stretch. From here, all I want you to do is move into a windshield wiper. So you're going to rock one way, and then rock the other. That's one. We're just going for 3. Rocking one way, the other. Last one here. Excellent. And switching sides. So foot is on knee. Bringing it as close to your body as you can for just a gentle stretch. You're going to rock one way. And rock the other. Yeah. 2 more here. And last one. Excellent work. I hope you are feeling rejuvenated and ready to go. Your body feels nice and smooth. And I'll see you for our next session.